Good morning, my beautiful friends, and happy Monday. Happy November. It's already the 18th of November. It is crazy to me how fast life is flying by. We had a request from one of our very own fabulous coaches, Lauren, about specifically talking to you guys, us, all the things about what to do after you've fallen off the wagon, especially after the weekend. So I want to talk a little bit about okay, what to do when you've fallen off the wagon and it's time to jump back on. I also want to talk a little bit about how to stay strong through the weekends, because I 100% know that it was so frustrating for me, like years and years and years, probably like 8 solid years of just being so frustrated that I would tell myself this weekend is going to be it. I'm going to stay so strong throughout the weekend. And then I would fall back into the same habits, and I would be so pissed at myself and self-sabotage and oh my gosh, Bryn, you're the worst. You said you were going to do it. You didn't do it again. Can't believe you. And you just erased all the hard work that you did for the last 5 days and whatever. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm super Monday through Friday. It's easy, and not easy, but pretty easy to be pretty solid, pretty strong, because I'm in a routine. I've got my things that I do, and I just keep and stick to my habits, whatever. And then Saturday and Sunday come, and then they're just different than Monday through Friday. And so I get thrown off, or I make poor choices, or I go too long without eating. And then I'm I'm getting hangry. Just give me all the things that are super fast. And of course, all the things that are super fast are not super good for me or for you. So first thing first, I want to talk about okay, you've fallen off the wagon. What do you do? And really, I just have a couple quick tips for you. If you have fallen off the wagon, congratulate yourself for being a human. Brush yourself off and get back on the wagon. Yes, you are human. I am human. We are all human. And unfortunately, we will make mistakes. That's just called life. Yes, there's a quote that I want to read to you. This is from the book Start by Jon Acuff. I love him, and I have so many one-liner, well, they're not one-liners, but solid quotes from him. Let me search for it really quick. Okay. Listen carefully. Listen carefully to this fabulous quote. Ready? Here are the 5 steps to getting it all done. Number 1, admit that you can't possibly get it all done. Number 2, give yourself the grace to accept that as reality, not as failure. Number 3, do the things you can do with your full attention. Number 4, celebrate what happens during step 3 instead of obsessing over the things you didn't get to. Number 5, repeat as necessary. I love that. And I'm going to say it one more time, because I know I've told you a million times that I'm a perfectionist. This is yes. 5 things to getting it all done. 1, admit that you can't possibly get it all done. 2, give yourself the grace to accept that as reality, not as failure. 3, do the things you can do with your full attention. 4, celebrate what happens during step 3 instead of obsessing over the things you didn't get to. 5, repeat as necessary. Okay. And I've talked about this a million times, but that is really, really, really one of the things I love so much about this daily deposits journal. And you can get it from MacyMcNeely.com. And if you're okay, I don't know how to spell that, or I don't know where to find that, just reach out. We're friends. We should be. If we're not, let's be friends. And just say, hey, where do I get that daily deposits journal? But it specifically there's a game day list. You pick your 5 top priorities for the day. And so my to-do list of literally sometimes over 50 things on my app that I use for my to-dos, so that I don't remember anything, because pregnancy brain and mom brain is super real. So I have to write down absolutely everything that comes to my head. I look at it, I narrow down the 5 things that actually matter for today, and that's what I strive to do. And if I don't get to them, I am super happy about a few things that I did do, and then I just try again tomorrow. Okay. So the same thing is true with your journey. Celebrate what you did do. I know so many people who are like, I'm so frustrated with myself because I'm trying to do MM100. I know I'm supposed to work out 7 days a week. I'm only really able to do 3 days a week. I'm going so much slower than everybody else. So what? Okay. Don't compare yourself to other people, for one. This journey is a comparison against yourself and just striving truly every single day to become a better version of you. And the average American does not work out 3 times a week. They work out 0 times a week. So the fact that you're working out 3 times a week is beautiful and fabulous and perfect. And that's really the thing I love so much about the Morning Meltdown 100 program is there is no supposed to. You're just supposed to finish all 100 workouts. You can do it in 50 days by doubling up and doing 2 every single time. You can do it in 100 days by never missing a workout. You can do it in 120 days-ish by doing it and giving yourself a rest day once a week. I think that would be a little bit more than 120 days, but you get the gist, okay? You can do 3 days a week and you can take 7 months to do all 100. There is no supposed to. The only thing you're supposed to do is keep going and keep trying and do all 100 workouts, however long it takes you. Yes? So same thing is true in all aspects of your journey. It's okay if you miss a workout. It's okay if you get sick. It's okay if you get hurt and you need to rest for a little bit. It's okay if you absolutely sabotage your nutrition and you are not doing the things that you know you quote unquote should be doing. Yes? Every day is a new day. Every day you can start again. Every day you can try again. Doesn't matter if it's January 1st. Doesn't matter if it's November 18th. Doesn't matter if it's a Monday. Doesn't matter if it's a Wednesday. Doesn't matter if it's a Friday. If you want to start over and you want to give yourself a clean slate, give yourself permission to start over and give yourself a clean slate, because you can't go back and change anything, but you can go forward and change everything. That quote was in my high school. And I loved it ever since the first time I saw it. You can't go back and change anything, but you can go forward and change everything. Okay. So just keep that in mind always. There's no way you can go back and relive yesterday and try to fix the mistakes you made, but you can change today. You can change tomorrow. You can do the things right now that will make a huge difference in your life for the long haul. And then just keep small and simple steps. I think I've talked about this in here before, but I used to struggle really hardcore with binge eating disorder. And it came around after I had a personal trainer. I lost like 15 pounds as a freshman, sophomore in college. I was like killing it. I was going to the gym like 2 to 3 hours a day, Monday through Saturday. I was counting my calories. I was like freaking solid to the T. But then I developed kind of like a binge eating disorder, or like an eating disorder where I would like, okay, I've eaten all my calories by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So now I'm just going to fast for the next 12 hours until I can eat again in the morning. And I'm not going to go anywhere that's a social place because I'm going to be tempted by the food. So I'm just going to stay home. Oh, and actually I'm just going to sleep, even though it's like 5 o'clock PM. I'm just going to go to bed because I don't want to eat more calories because I've already eaten them all. Oh, and oh my gosh, I had a bite of a thing that was too much. So now I need to go work out for another 2.5 hours. Like it turned into like this crazy thing. And then as soon as like I was pushing to get really in shape for this guy who broke up with me, and he left for 2 years to serve a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And as soon as he was gone, my why was gone, because I had already like gotten myself into freaking awesome shape. I looked amazing. And then all my reasons for doing it went out the window. And I like totally got into this like, okay, well, I'm not supposed to eat this. I'm not supposed to do this. And I did it. So now I might as well just enjoy the day because I already sucked all day. And now I'm just going to like eat all the things, and I'm going to go to Macy's grocery store and buy myself a sleeve of pumpkin chocolate chip cookies and eat the whole freaking thing in my car and then throw it away before anybody sees what I did. And it was like, oh my gosh, it was vicious. It was vicious. And thankfully, the like worst of it only lasted about 6 months. But that was like the longest 6 months of my life. I will be straight up honest with you. And I just felt like garbage always. And I was dancing and I was gaining all the weight that I'd worked so hard back. And like my dance teachers were kind of treating me differently because I was like gaining weight pretty quickly. And it was probably all in my head because, you know, you are your meanest and worst critic. But it was pretty awful. And I've had to work really hard. That was like 8-9 years ago that I was going through this, like the worst part of it. And I've had to go through a lot of things to fix it. And I'll tell you, the first thing that helped me was the containers, because I knew in order to lose weight, I have to count my calories. It works. I've done it before. I know that that's what I need to do, but I hated it. I literally remember like being at my best physical shape. And I was like running on the treadmill, watching something on the whatever gym. And I like literally remember thinking like, is this my life? Like, is this what I have to do to be at my smallest and to feel confident in the way that I look? Like, this sucks. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. And that is the point at which I like switched to like the binge eating side instead of the like continuing to progress side. And it was miserable. And so then when my sister told me, my sister is my coach, when my sister told me about the containers, I was like, no, like I know what I need to do to lose weight. I have to count my calories. And I know when I work out for 30 minutes that I need this many calories. And I know when I work out for over 3 hours, I need this many calories. Like that's what works for me. But every time I would start to do it, I hated my life again. And I would get back into that binge eating crap. And oh my gosh, it was awful. So then after Holland was born, I was like, okay, I'm just going to give this stupid container thing a try. And I did. And I'll tell you, I threw my scale away and I got back into the same clothes that I was wearing when I lost all the 15 pounds with my son, 15 pounds as a freshman, sophomore in college. Okay. So like 18, 19 years old. I got back into that after having a child. And I don't know how much I weighed because, like I said, I threw my scale away. I have no idea if I got down to the same amount that I was when I hired my personal trainer and hated my life. And guess what? I didn't hate my life. I was so happy because I love that it focused on what to eat instead of what not to eat. And I felt amazing because I was fueling myself with the proper macronutrients and all the proteins and fruits and vegetables and healthy fats that I needed and carbohydrates that I needed. And there were times when I was counting my calories that I would legit, like there was literally a day that I ate 6 ice cream sandwiches and nothing else. I hit my calories. I didn't go over. But I had 6 ice cream sandwiches. That's not nutrient dense in any way, shape, or form. Like that is not good. Yeah. And I have loved focusing on what to eat instead of what not to eat. And day by day, slowly by slowly, as I've continued to strive to follow Ultimate Portion Fix or follow 2B Mindset, and really pay attention to the videos, try to dive into them, watch them as part of like my nutritional personal development. Oh my gosh, my mindset has changed so much. And I'll be completely honest, there are still times that I'm having an emotional day and the first thing I want to turn to is food. And there are some days that I'm strong that I don't give in, and there are other days that I'm not strong and I don't give in. But I can tell you with 100% surety that I have not ever stooped to the levels that I stooped to 8 years ago. There has never been a day that I have gone to Macy's and bought a sleeve of pumpkin chocolate chip cookies and eaten them all in my car and thrown them away before other people see all the evidence. That has not happened in over 9 years. Yes, because I've strived every single day to take little steps to make progress. There have been many days that I have been freaking solid with my nutrition. There have been many times that I've been solid for 3 or 4 days in a row. There have been many times that on that 5th day, I fall and I give in to my sweet tooth, or I give in to wanting to eat after dinner, or I give in to eating Taco Bell instead of the homemade whatever I was supposed to make for dinner, or going out for pizza and just getting Little Caesars instead of making the salad that I was supposed to make for dinner, or whatever. Yes, there are definitely days that that still happens, but I am not doing the crazy things that I used to be doing because I've still picked myself up. I've still kept trying, okay? That whole long story was just to tell you, I get it. Yes, I know how it feels to be frustrated with yourself and giving into your natural man tendencies to not be super strong in your nutrition. And I also can tell you, you will make progress as you just keep trying, as you just keep going, as you just keep picking yourself up, brushing yourself off, trying again, trying again, trying again. Because unfortunately, your health and fitness is something that never goes away. It is something that, I mean, it will go away if you stop taking care of it, but it's one of those things that even if you attain it, even if you get to that healthiest place, you still have to work hard to stay there. Yes, it's me and my husband were talking about this last night. It's like the law of the harvest. Yes, you planted this beautiful fruit tree, and yes, you got to enjoy this most delicious fruit. But if you want to enjoy the same fruit again next year, you got to plant again. You got to cultivate again. You got to nurture it again. You got to harvest it again, and then you can enjoy it again. Yeah, it's the same thing. And it's just like everything worth living in your life. Everything takes work. Everything takes consistency. Everything takes diligence. Everything takes that slight edge, that compound effect that you've heard me talk about a million times, and just giving yourself the grace to never give up, to brush yourself off, to try again, even if you sucked, and even if you sucked hard. Yes. And truly giving yourself permission to not wait till Monday, to not wait till December 1st, to not wait till January 1st, to not wait till December 1st, but start on November 18th, start on a Wednesday, start on a Friday, start whenever you need to just brush yourself off and give yourself the grace to keep going. Yes. 2 amazing books that I want to suggest to you about this concept. One, it's called Finish by Jon Acuff. I quoted the book Start by Jon Acuff earlier, but in Finish, he gives you several tips for finishing goals and making them more easily reachable and finishing and seeing things through. You're going to tell yourself you're strong. You're awesome, dog. The second book I want to suggest to you is a book called Atomic Habits. It's amazing. And it's just all about how to create habits that stick and that last. And it's a solid book, super solid. Both are really good. It's a solid book. I want just to emphasize that for you. Yeah. Those are 2 amazing books if this is something you struggle with. Okay. Now I'm going to switch gears a little bit and I'm going to give you some tips that I have found for myself that help me stay strong specifically on the weekends, because weekends are definitely my hardest. You are strong. I'm proud of you, dog. I don't know if you can hear him, but he said, I'm telling myself that I am strong. And seriously, we can all learn from the 3-year-old, right? Like, tell yourself you're strong. Tell yourself you're the shiz. Tell yourself you can do this, even if you sucked, and you can keep going. Yes? Okay, so specific weekend tips. First, going back to that quote that I read earlier, and I'm just going to change it a little bit. 5 steps to staying strong on the weekend. Okay. Number 1, admit that it's okay for you to have some treats. Okay. And if this doesn't work for you, and if you're like in one ear out the other, cool, you do your thing. Yeah. I'm just sharing what has worked for me to stay strong on the weekends and to give myself the grace to whatever. Yes. Monday through Saturday, I strive really hard to be super strong. Sunday is my rest day in all ways. I rest from social media on Sundays for the most part. I rest from my work on Sundays. I rest from like normal daily activities. I rest from my workout on Sundays. I also rest from being crazy strict in my nutrition. That is the day that I almost always make like French toast or German pancakes for my family. And Monday through Saturday, we love German pancakes, huh? Monday through Saturday, I have eggs for breakfast every single gosh darn day. I freaking love eggs. You love eggs, huh? We're an eggs family. Sorry, he's commenting on like everything. It's a good thing he's so cute. Sunday is the day that I get to enjoy cinnamon rolls or German pancakes or something that is like almost completely sugar for breakfast. Yes. And it's the day that I also like after we attend church, I give myself permission to have a hot dog or some nachos or some top ramen. Cause yes, I'm like 5 years old and love that stuff. Or whatever the freak I want, but I still make dinner on Sunday nights. And I still strive to make it a healthy dinner on Sunday nights. And I try to make it an easy one because I've learned for myself that Sundays, because it's been like such a restful day, like the last thing I want to do is like slave away over like a crazy meal on Sunday night. But I strive to make it an easy, delicious, healthy-ish, mostly healthy meal that we have at home. And it's not just like okay, whatever, we'll just have cold cereal for dinner, or okay, whatever, we'll just have the leftover pizza from Friday night for dinner. I strive to still stay that way. I also strive to still eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables on Sunday. Even if I had my German pancakes or my cinnamon rolls or whatever, I still strive to have a salad with my lunch. Even if I'm having ramen or hot dogs or nachos, I still strive to have a salad, and salad kits are my jam. You should know that by now. And seriously, you should get a lot of salad kits. And I strive to have a vegetable with dinner. If it's like the base, so we're having like a salad or like cauliflower. My family's having white rice and I'm having cauliflower rice. Or like last night we had the Fixate 2 Swedish meatball stroganoff, and we just had broccoli on the side, and I just ate a lot of broccoli. So sometimes I like totally have like straight white carbs. Like I love me some white rice sometimes. Yeah. But still striving to get 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. And then the last tip that is actually, I'm a little embarrassed to say, I've been a coach for over 4 years. And this has only been a habit within the last year, ever since I did 80 Day Obsession after having my daughter. I have Shakeology every day. I used to suck on the weekends. You are strong, dog. I'm so proud of you. I used to suck on the weekends, like hardcore. I would like totally have it Monday through Friday. Yep, I'm good. But it was a habitual thing. Saturday, Sunday, things got thrown off, and I wouldn't. I just forget. And I wasn't like, I don't want to have it today. It was just like, I just straight up forgot. Sorry, hold on. You are fast and strong. Okay, but please let me talk to my friends, okay? Sorry. So yeah, if you have Shakeology, literally set a timer or an alarm if you need to, like every day at 4. Like, have you had your Shakeology? Or every day at 9 p.m. or every day at 9 a.m. or whatever time you normally drink it, just like set a reminder. And maybe you just only need the reminder Saturday and Sundays. Like, have you had it yet? So that you remember, because I will tell you the days that I forget, I sucked that day. Like my sweet tooth was out of control and I gave in way more than I should have. And then I end the day and I'm like, why did I eat like crap today? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never had it. I'm the worst person in the world, right? And yes, I need to fix that mean girl, because that's not true. I'm not the worst person in the world. I just made a bad choice for one day. That doesn't make me a bad person forever. But seriously, okay? So those are the few things that I would totally advise you to do on the weekends. 1, give yourself permission to enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. Yes, whether it's on Saturday or Sunday or both. But I would still strive to challenge you to drink your Shakeology on those days if you have it. And if you don't have it, repent and get it, because it's the shiz and it's drinkable vitamins, and that will make your body freaking rock solid and rock from the inside out. okay? Because it's like nature in a bag and you are a part of nature. Didn't know if you knew that, but like you live on the earth and earth is like nature. And you need to put nature in your body because we get a lot of shiz in our bodies from all the other processed crap everywhere. So the least you can do is give yourself the gift of one awesome, freaking healthy meal that will bless and change your life. I could tell you story after 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 story of people that I know who make Shakeology a freaking priority and the way their health has changed. And that's not what this call is about, but freaking drink Shakeology, okay? It's the shiz, okay? All right. Fruits and vegetables, make it a priority, even on the weekends, even if you're enjoying other awesome, fabulous treats. Yes? And still strive to make dinner on the weekends, because I know for me, those are the times that I'm the worst. I never go out to eat on Sundays, just a personal preference, but I know the Saturdays that I like, oh, whatever, I'm not feeling like cooking today, we'll just go out or order pizza or whatever. Like I always eat way too much if we go out to eat instead of making dinner at home. So I've learned in my meal planning, oh, it says my connection is unstable. Can you hear me? Anna, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? It said my connection was unstable. Or Janelle, yes, you can hear me. Okay, perfect. I've learned for myself when I'm meal planning for the week, because I've done a call about this before, but on Sundays I plan our meals for the week, Monday through Sunday. And I always make sure that Saturday and Sunday are really easy. They're not new recipes. They're recipes I've made a million times before. They're recipes I don't need to look at the recipe to figure out. It's just, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm making. Now I just need to make it. And it's like really delicious and easy and satisfying to my whole family. Yeah. Because when I save like a really hard dinner for Saturday or Sunday, it comes and I'm like, I don't want to, because I'm feeling lazy and it's the weekend and whatever. Yeah. So fruits and vegetables, drink your Shakeology if you have it, and really strive to still make dinner at home Saturdays and Sundays. And that doesn't mean you can't ever go out to eat. Just when you are going out to eat, make sure it's planned. Like tonight, it's me and my husband's anniversary today. And tonight we're going out for dinner and it's planned. And I'm going to freaking enjoy myself. And I'm going to eat way too many carbs and it's okay. But it's planned and I'm going to enjoy it. And just those spur of the moment, like, I don't really feel like cooking, so let's just go out. Those are the things that rock you and that wreck you. And that make it so it's harder to get on the wagon the next day because you just feel super frustrated with yourself. But I know I'm going to get back on the wagon tomorrow because I'm going to freaking enjoy myself tonight. And I don't need to feel guilty about that in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. So I don't see anything in the chat, but if anybody has like specific like questions or thoughts, comments, concerns, extra tips to add, things you found that have worked for you over the weekend, you can unmute yourself. You can type in the chat. You can share all your wealth of knowledge and awesomeness. Okay, I don't see anything in the chat and nobody's unmuting themselves. So I'll assume that means, no, Bryn, you're the shiz. You covered it all. Just kidding. I have a lot to learn, but those are the things that I found that work for me. So give yourself the grace to enjoy food, especially on the weekends. Yes. Give yourself the gift of still striving to make those little healthy habits that make a big difference. Yes. And really, if you mess up, if you have a rough weekend, if you have one of those weekends where you had way too much sugar or way too many carbs or way too much pizza or way too much whatever, Super Bowl, all the things, it's okay. Give yourself the grace to accept that as a reality and not failure. And remember that you can't go back and change anything, but you can go forward and change everything. Yeah? All right. I love you. I think you're the shiz. And I'm going to stop the recording. If you're on live, stay on live because I still want to talk to you. And I will see you guys next week. Happy Monday.